Been told to evacuate.
Category 5 catastrophe. Hurricane Dorian delivers a massive blow to the Bahamas.
Please pray for us.
One of the strongest Atlantic storms ever to make landfall. Wind gusts up to 220 miles an hour. Storm surge of more than 20 feet and relentless rain.
Off in the distance, those waves crashing against the pier.
Our reporter right there, new footage in right from the eye of the storm. And now the East Coast bracing for impact. More than 2 million people told to evacuate. The warning about life-threatening storm surge. More than 1,000 flights canceled, airports shutting down. Ginger, Rob, and our extreme weather team spread out across the storm zone right now.
Also this morning, the other big headline, the search for answers after another deadly mass shooting in Texas. A gunman going on a miles-long rampage, killing 7 people, including this postal worker, and injuring 22 others, one of them a 17-month-old girl. What reportedly happened just hours before.
Kevin Hart's terrifying crash, the actor hospitalized, his car completely totaled. The very latest on his condition.
And the U.S. Open shocker, why Novak Djokovic, the #1 seed in the world, called it quits mid-match. And that moment between Coco Gauff and Naomi Osaka, inspiring fans all around the world.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
And Good Morning America, we want to get right to Hurricane Dorian. Category 5 storm hitting the Bahamas, heading for the southeast. One of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes in recorded history, compact but fierce.
And that's why mandatory evacuations are already in place from Florida all the way up to North Carolina, and the storm leaving so much devastation in its path. Take a look at this apartment building on Abaco Island, completely destroyed.
Here's what this Category 5 storm looks like from the International Space Center's camera. And take a look at this image, chilling, showing what it's like directly inside the eye of that storm.
That's the eye right now, but the winds are fierce. Here's what we know. Dorian has made landfall in the Bahamas 3 times so far as a Category 5 storm. Winds up to 185 miles an hour. The National Hurricane Center says it's tied with the 1935 Labor Day storm for the strongest hurricane to make landfall in the Atlantic. We have team coverage all across the storm zone. Ginger starts us off from Jupiter, Florida, far from the Bahamas. Ginger, but the winds are already starting.
We've seen gusts just south of here to nearly 50 miles per hour already, George, and I'm already feeling the sand blasting my face, the bands of rain coming in, those outer bands of the storm that is still more than 100 miles to my east-southeast, barely moving. That thing is inching over the Grand Bahama Island right now at only 1 mile per hour, but that is good for the east coast of Florida and Georgia and South Carolina, because the slower it goes, the more time it has to make that fateful turn to the north. So let's go ahead and see that track, which still takes it east of the coast of Florida. Does that mean you have no impacts? Obviously not. I'm standing here 100 miles away from it and you're already feeling it. Hurricanes are not just a single point. They are broad. You can feel hurricane force winds 45 miles outside of the center of that. Look how slowly it moves. We'll still be talking right here tomorrow about the impacts up to Cape Canaveral by Wednesday morning, and eventually Thursday into Friday, South Carolina up to North Carolina. This is going to be a long story. We are in a hurricane warning here in Jupiter up to Cape Canaveral. Hurricane watches extend to the Georgia state line, even Orlando in a tropical storm force watch. And look at this. People are asking me all over social media, why hasn't it moved? How is it going to turn north? It doesn't look like it will. They're very unnerved, as well you should be. You've got those 2 high pressure systems that are steering this, or a lack of steering. That's why it has stalled out. But eventually it'll sink back to the south, that Bermuda high, and start to help move it to the north and east. Most of those spaghetti plots do take it along the coast. We could still see 4 to 7 feet of storm surge, certainly some rain, and definitely those gusty winds. So we can absolutely have impacts here along the coast of Florida and beyond. But right now, let me tell you that Grand Bahama Island has been dealing with this for more than 8 hours. I was in Michael last year at Category 5 for about an hour in the eye wall. They've been in it for nearly 12 by the time this thing is over with. You've got to see these pictures.
Please pray for us. Please pray for us, everyone. Please pray for us.
Dorian, the most powerful storm ever in recorded history to hit the Bahamas. Roaring into the north northern island Sunday with a 185-mile-per-hour wind, gusts potentially to 220 miles per hour.
Wind gusts of 200 miles per hour. You can see what it's doing here, and off in the distance, those waves crashing against the pier.
The wind so strong, our team, including Marcus Moore, heading inside.
Look at that. Those are the wind gusts that we have seen and that officials have warned about. This is absolutely a mind-blowing event that is unfolding right now.
One of the hardest hit islands, Abaco. Homes shredded, this video capturing the utter destruction.
Oh my God, Angie.
The violent winds ripping off roofs, toppling trees, and of course taking power and cell service. The furious rain and intense storm surge flooding streets. Jack Pittard of Lexington, Kentucky owns a home in the Bahamas. He sent us this video diary.
Look at the roofing going. And I'm worried about the structure next. Look at all the siding torn off of this house.
Boats flipped, homes shredded. The devastation all too evident in this neighborhood. The water so high you can only see the rooftops.
We've seen large pieces of debris flying in the other direction. All right, and it looks like we've just lost power.
This slow-moving storm just crawling, still torturing Grand Bahama this morning.
Now, I know that a lot of people have friends and family, not just in the Bahamas, but certainly here in Florida, and you're concerned about this track. We, of course, have folks all the way up and are going to be covering it. But I, again, can't emphasize enough that it is going to be weeks, if not months, before we get into the Bahamas to be able to get to what that type of damage can do. Guys, watching the satellite was very upsetting last night. Barely slept, and I can't imagine what it's like out there. Cecilia.
Yeah, okay, Ginger, and on that note, thank you. I want to bring in Bruce Sawyer, who rode out the storm there in Abaco Island in the Bahamas. Bruce, we are so glad you are safe and able to join us this morning. Good morning to you. Tell us what you're seeing right now.
Right now, we just have the lingering effects of the storm. We have about 50-mile-an-hour winds and rain and a little bit of lightning.
And when you look outside your windows and see your neighborhood there, what are you talking about in terms of devastation?
There's houses that are torn apart. There's tree limbs in the road. I can't even, we couldn't even evacuate right now if we needed to. Just there's no green shrubbery left. It's just shredded. It looked like a bomb went off.
Completely gone. Have you heard from your neighbors? Do you know if people are okay?
Actually, I've heard from some when the sun comes out or when it gets a little bit better. I'm actually going to go check on them. I've had friends calling me and asking me to check on their family members for them.
And for the folks who did ride out the storm, I understand some, in addition to yourself, some of your neighbors did ride that storm out there?
Yes, they did.
Is it true that you saw and heard stories about people evacuating during the storm?
Yeah, actually on the VHF, I heard there was someone that their house was being ripped apart and they were calling for help and they had to wait until the eye wall until they could move. There was nothing that they could do.
So in terms of the damage there now, are you talking mostly about flooding? Is it structural?
Structural, yes. I think when the eye wall hit, we had 200-plus-mile-an-hour winds and that ripped everybody's roofs and destroyed everybody's structure and houses.
Can you tell us what that was like to ride that storm out as it sat there for hours over your island?
Probably one of the most terrifying things that's ever happened. The windows were caving, the doors were caving in. I honestly thought that our roof was going to be ripped off as well.
And you've survived, you've rode out other storms in the past. How does this one, Dorian, compare to what you've experienced before?
It doesn't compare at all. I was never scared in the storms before. This one, I was terrified.
And your biggest concerns for your community now as the sun comes up there, Bruce?
The biggest is making sure everybody's safe.
Well, we certainly hope that is the case. We are glad that you are safe and joining us this morning. Bruce Sawyer there on Abaco Island. Thank you so much, Amy.
All right, Cecilia, and here in the United States, more than 2 million people have already been ordered to evacuate along the coastline, 1.3 million in Georgia and South Carolina, and more than 1 million expected to be affected by evacuation orders in at least 8 Florida counties. Gio Benitez is in one of them, standing by in Daytona Beach, where a mandatory order is already in effect this morning. Gio, good morning.
Hey, Amy, good morning to you. Yeah, Ginger talked about those watches and warnings up and down the Florida coast. Well, that's why these evacuation orders are in place as well this morning. Take a look behind me, because remember, this is Labor Day in Daytona Beach, Florida, and you can just see it is just so empty. That's good news, because it means that a lot of these tourists have left preemptively. Now it's time to get the residents out. It's time to get the elderly out, especially. Take a look at this video now out of Boynton Beach, Florida. And we have police there. They're going door to door in the evacuation zones. A lot of these coastal areas, they tend to flood very easily, so they want people out now. This morning, mandatory evacuations have now been ordered from Palm Beach all the way up to Jacksonville. The governor here suspending tolls on highways to get people out easily. Let's take a look now at South Carolina, because officials there have ordered mandatory evacuations for nearly 1 million residents. That one takes effect tomorrow at noon. Amy?
And Gio, I know that you and I have both covered a lot of these storms, and when officials put out those mandatory evacuation orders, it's important to obey, but it's important to obey them now. Tell us why.
Absolutely, because you know what? If you are in the storm and you need some help, it's very likely that you won't have access to any emergency services during the storm or immediately after. So if you have that mandatory evacuation, it is time to get out. Amy.
Very important advice there, Gio. Thank you so much, George.
Amy, the entire eastern seaboard bracing for impact right now. Rob Marciano down there in Cocoa Beach, Florida, with more on the preparations. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, George. With the eye of that catastrophic Cat 5 so close to the Florida coastline, it has been an unnerving holiday weekend, to say the least. People preparing their homes, their families, their businesses. You can see from our live drone shot just how vulnerable this coastline is to a potentially Category 4 storm surrounded by water. And for areas like this one that have been ordered to evacuate, like Gio says, today is the day to get out.
Overnight, new images showcasing the storm's strength. The overflowing rush of water eroding this Florida roadway. The tar and sand swept into the sea. In Jacksonville, panicked residents preparing for the worst. Customers stocking up on wood to board up their homes, cases and cases of water, and trying to fill up their gas tanks. This one gas station featuring a line of cars around the block. Windows in this shopping center all boarded up. Steel plates draped over these windows.
We're just trying to keep the water from getting in our houses a little bit as best as we can.
This is low tide, and look at this water run-up. The issue with Dorian expecting to hug this coastline is a long duration of these powerful winds that'll push those waves, this water, against these dunes that protect the thousands of homes that line this barrier island.
Over 100 trucks seen here as power companies prepare to provide hurricane aid from the Hurricane Dorian fallout. Workers at this plant anticipating an increased need for assistance.
We're going to start working outages tomorrow. We'll have about 5 times our standard amount of resources will be here prior to the storm.
Shelters in this Palm Beach County community also offering to house people with special needs who can't evacuate, providing beds, food, and water, as well as a place to safely house pets throughout the storm.
Sunrise obscured by the cloud canopy of Dorian off the coastline today. The winds will be increasing, and that means the water will be being pushed up, and that storm surge onto these shores. Storm surge warnings are posted from South Palm Beach all the way to Titusville, including the Kennedy Space Center. Watches go from Daytona all the way to the Georgia border. That will likely be extended a good 2/3 of the Florida coastline. 4 to 7 feet of storm surge, and that means causeways that connect people to the mainland, like the one I'm standing on right here, could very well be underwater. George, back to you.
So many different dangers at the same time. Okay, Rob, thanks very much. Let's go to Amy.
George, thank you. Joining us now from Washington is Acting FEMA Administrator Peter Gaynor. Thanks for joining us this morning, Peter. As you know, this is a massive Category 5 storm. The track keeps changing, evacuations stretching from Florida to Georgia to South Carolina. Where is FEMA most focused right now?
Right now, we're most focused on South Florida. If you looked overnight to see the track of Dorian across the Bahamas, it's stalled out right now. and we're watching that because once it stalls, it becomes a little bit more unpredictable. So our message this morning is make sure that residents of Florida are prepared for any scenario, whether it stays out to sea or touches the coast or comes makes landfall. You're going to be prepared for any of those scenarios.
Are you confident that FEMA has enough resources to handle this storm through all of these states?
Absolutely. We've been at this for 5 or 6 days now. We have resources as far south as Miami and as far north as Raleigh, North Carolina, 700 miles. We have all our partners, to include DOD and the entire federal family, supporting this effort, this response. We have plenty of resources, plenty of staff, plenty of material for whatever Dorian does during this trek north.
Yeah, in terms of whatever Dorian does, there are so many threats from this storm because of its massive size. Of course, you've got winds, rain, storm surge. What are you most concerned about right now?
You know, storm surge, it's water and flooding that cause the most deaths from natural disasters. 90% of all deaths from natural disasters are caused from flooding surge, inland flooding, and half of those deaths are caused from deaths in cars, people driving through flooded waters. What we really want to get to across this morning is that, time is running out to make preparations. If you're in South Florida, West Palm Beach, you're feeling the winds right now. You need to take precautions because, again, the unpredictability, the uncertainty of where Dorian will go is something that we're all anxious to find out. But you have to be prepared for any scenario today.
Yeah, so what is your message this morning for anyone who is in Florida, in Georgia, in South Carolina, even North Carolina right now?
First of all, heed the directions of your local emergency managers and public officials. They know best. If you're issued mandatory evacuation orders or voluntary evacuation orders, you should really consider that. You know, if you think you got to tough it out in your home, that's probably the wrong idea. If you issued a mandatory evacuation, don't tough it out. Get out. Save your life, save the life of your family. Make the smart choice today because, again, the clock is ticking when it comes to Dorian and landfall on the south coast of Florida.
Yeah, potentially life-saving advice there. Thank you so much, Acting FEMA Administrator Peter Gaynor.
Thank you.
President Trump visited FEMA headquarters Sunday for hurricane briefing and raised some eyebrows by recounting what he'd learned.
Not sure. I'm not sure that I've ever even heard of a Category 5. I knew it existed, and I've seen some Category 4s. You don't even see them that much, but a Category 5 is something that I don't know that I've ever even heard the term, other than I know it's there. That's the ultimate, and that's what we have, unfortunately.
Our senior national correspondent Terry Moran at the White House. And Terry, the president has also been sending out bulletins on Twitter.
He sure has, George. He said that about Category 5 hurricanes before. It's his way of really sounding the alarm, and he is using that Twitter feed, its 64 million followers, to urge people to heed the warnings, to listen to their local officials, follow their instructions. And it's almost as if you're following the storm with the president. He asked for prayers for Bahamas. He also said at one point that people in Alabama needed to be prepared for a hurricane that will hit very hard. That was wrong. The National Weather Service putting out a correction, so the president watching it in real time and offering his style of leadership. George?
Terry Moran, thanks. We're going to be tracking the latest on Dorian all morning long. We also have new details about that deadly mass shooting in Texas. But right now, let's go back to Ginger and Jupiter.
And one last note, George, just seeing that video from inside the eye from those hurricane hunters that are working so tirelessly to bring us the data, updating us every hour, that is called the stadium effect. All right, let's get to the select cities now, brought to you by Amazon Prime.
Warm and muggy out the door this morning. Temperatures in the 70s. By lunchtime, partly cloudy, 82, so a little more sunshine compared to yesterday. 88 at 4 o'clock. Whatever you're doing this afternoon and early this evening, heads up, we could have a few isolated thunderstorms. Tomorrow, it's back to work and back to school. It is going to be warm but dry. Sunny skies at the bus stop tomorrow morning. 81 for the kids outside at recess and 85 tomorrow afternoon when the kids are getting off the bus. 92 Wednesday, cooler, watching Dorian late week.
Tracking the hurricane all day long here at ABC. A lot more coming up here on GMA.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, ask your doctor if Epclusa is